I'll sing and you fill in the word.
Okay, King Waldorf.
Happiness is,
Lassie well.
happiness is,
Waving tails and sailing around and upside down.
happiness is.
Marineland.
What is up, everyone? Sheeran is back in here today to talk about the former Canadian theme park known as Marineland. So sit back, relax, cuddle with a totally not Play Store plushie, and let's get right into this one.
They jump in the air, splashing waves in your hair. Everyone loves Marineland.
Marineland was a theme park that originally began from a Yugoslavian man named John Haller. He was moving around from place to place from his family's farm to a circus in West Germany, and eventually he ended up in a medium-sized town in Canada named Welland, where he would with a partner make an idea for a dark ride in which would be sold to the Walt Disney Company in the late 1950s, and with that money, John would make the original iteration of Marineland, which at that time would be called Marineland and Game Farm, and funnily enough, one of their sea lions would escape, but unfortunately would be caught back into the park. The park mostly stayed the same after that, as there were only a few notable additions to the park such as the skyscraper in 2004 and the now infamous Topple Tower in 2007. The park started gaining the media's attention in 2012, after an employee named Phil Demers would come out against the park due to its horrible treatment of animals, especially two, named Kiska and Smooshi, both orcas and walruses. John Haller would die in 2018, leaving the park to his wife, who would also end up dying 7 years afterward in 2024. In 2022, Phil and Marineland would settle, where Smooshi would get sent to Abu Dhabi. Kiska would unfortunately die in 2021, being Canada's last orca in captivity after the passing of the Ending the Captivity of Whales and Dolphins Act in 2019. While the lawsuit was going on against Phil, Marineland would buy a plot of land across the street from Marineland named the Green Oaks Trailer Park, which Marineland's owner, John Haller, evicted all of the residents in 2010. One elderly resident named Paula Millard had nowhere else to go, and would commit suicide in April 1, 2011. The plot of land has never been used since the demolition of those homes, and it sits abandoned as of today. The park would end up hit hard by the protests and all of the backlash, and would open on a limited schedule in 2024, and closed permanently in 2025. So what happens now, you may ask? The future of the park is up in the air, as there is no official buyer, but companies such as United Parks and Resorts and Universal are open to the idea of taking over the land, but residential areas have been made out of the former property, as portions had been sold over the months after the park's final closure in 2024. The bluegies have been recently allowed to go to the United States, but their whereabouts will not be known until they start being moved, so I will update you guys in my Discord server about that. But anyway, this is going to be the end of the video. If you liked this video, like, subscribe, comment, join the Discord, and I'll see you in the next one.